Alright, now that I got that figured out, installed and everything working again. So it looks like just got the one kiosk up here, well, the two kiosks, and then the one lumber mill. So this should be fairly easy enough. I'm going to take this down to the log kiosk down here so I can have something to load with. I'm going to grab the big truck, configure it with a trailer, drive it up here so I can get it loaded with medium logs. Then we'll take this truck, load it with some small logs, and then finish off the bog. And then we'll go to the another map. Oops. Let's see which way I need to go. Straight across. We get down here. I can probably cut back across here because I did it before with this truck. Come across, stay up against this, and then once I come across, I'll just shoot over to the side of this bank to come over here. Go off to the left here. I think we got the room. Maybe. There we go. Hey Hunter Force. I kind of like this game. The original Spintires, it's similar. It's the same developers, just a different publisher now. But no, I really like this game. It's kind of for me, it's more easygoing, laid back. It's nothing, it's nothing rushed. For me, it's kind of fun because I always like, taking vehicles out, get a little dirty. So it's really fun in that aspect, and especially with the mod support now for these things, you can, especially on PC, you can get different vehicles, load up different vehicles. So like on this one, I started with a Jeep Wrangler as my scout vehicle, opened up the map with it, and then just coming around and unloading, unlocking the map and unlocking the other trucks. But I really like it. It's pretty fun. Let's see. It's right there. It's a little deep, so we'll just have to come across this edge line and then come over to this path and then follow that path all the way down to the log kiosk. Oh yeah, it's Xbox is about the same, just doesn't have the mod support, but yeah, it's the same. It's basically, it's as fun as you can get. Like I said, it's something you'll spend hours just on one map, so you can just drive around unlocking, try to figure out different paths you want to take or need to take. For me, playing on PC, I'm also using a G27 Logitech steering wheel. I can use my Xbox controller. I've used it before, and it's pretty nice to have that controller in your hand if you're to move cameras like this, which I'm having to have my other hand set to move the camera around. But it's nice to have that one piece controller to move around. But for me, I like the PC, using my steering wheel and the pedals and everything. It makes me feel more into it. Now the only thing I don't know about Xbox is if there's the multiplayer aspect and how that works. Oh, that'd be great if the mods are coming over to Xbox. Heck, if that's the case, I may have to get this again. Alright, so I'm going to leave this here so I'll be able to load trucks up. And I'm going to come down and reconform. Actually, I'm going to reform this Tantra here. I think I already did. So log carrier carrying 3, medium carrying 4, so that'd be 7 just with this truck. And then once I get the smalls on the other truck, that'll be another 3, and then I'll finish off this map. Oh, they get new trucks for the Xbox? That's pretty fun. You know what? I'm actually not going to be able to turn around with this thing, I don't think. So let's ditch the trailer first and then turn around. The great thing about this game really is now that the developers have got a publisher fully behind them and actually supporting what they want to do, is that there should be a lot more frequent updates, new maps, new vehicles, which I think they said from what I read before is that there's some newer vehicles being coming into play. They've also even said that that developers were thinking of bringing MudRunner over to the US, like making a US map in trucks, which would be really cool. Now, why can't I move? It's like the trailer's clipped into something. Let me make some room here. This is the Jeep, modded Jeep that I brought and used as to my scout vehicle to load up the map. Oh, come on, camera. Try this again with the medium log trailer. There we go. Alright, so we want to come out this way. And see about heading up here. Once we get up there, so I can't remember how deep the river is. You know, the only thing about this game, I mean, besides the great physics, is just, I mean, the physics are just awesome in this game, and the way it looks, The only problem I have is when you go interior and you just see that horrible dash. I mean, everything else in here is modeled, you know, great along with the rest of the outside of the truck, but the dash is just, I don't know, it throws you off. So I'm hoping the developers will come back and update on that along as well and make it actually look like it belongs with the vehicle. Thinking this truck should be able to handle going across that river. Not so much going around in it or in it anywhere, but just coming across here. It's a little bit shallower, so hopefully we'll be able to make it fine. Oh yeah, Hunter, it's just the whole dash is out of place for what the rest of the game looks like. And that makes no sense. Now, what I haven't looked for is hopefully we can get to that fuel station. Now with going through water, the only thing I remember is the more you tear up, the more it's going to stay. So really, the water's going to hide what big ruts you're making. And this may have been a bad idea coming through it. I was hoping I didn't have this thing rutted up to where I can make it through, but this thing is just spinning through. And I'm going to run out of fuel before I even get out of this. And that's it. Well, right close to it too. Now I have this truck up here as my fuel, but I really don't think I can make it back down through there. Let's see. If we come back, yeah, we might be able to make it down there. Turning around may be a little tricky with that edge right there. I just have to go, if I go a little wide. Oh yeah, I agree, Hunter. It's like the developers decided to make, you know, a great looking game outside and somewhat inside, and decided, well, have the kids kind of throw the dash together. But the physics of the mud and the water, and even if you see the gas tanks, you see the physics of the water and the gas tank, especially when you're moving. I mean, nothing beats that. It's the devs were spot on for all that. I mean, you can, the model of the inside, you know, again, goes along with the rest of the truck, just that dash. Yeah, kinda. Just like they drew a sticker and decided to just slap it on. But I mean, you gotta agree, other than that little detail, the rest of the game looks amazing. I mean, you can't get this kind of physics in any other game. And I follow some other Twitch streamers that play this, and you know, all have said the same thing. They would love to see these physics, this game engine, and so many other applications that would go along with it. now we just need to come down, fill up this guy, which I suspect once we fill him up he'll be able to get up to this log kiosk, and then we just need to figure out how we're to come back down to the opposite side of the map to drop it off. I'm betting probably coming back down the way we come, stop back by this fuel station, and then take the road around. Oh. Hopefully this will allow me to fill up from this far away. So we'll just head back the other way. Until we come over to the log kiosk. I haven't played any of the multiplayer. I've watched other videos and streamers, and the ones I've watched were from other PC users, and they were able to play modded maps together as well as modded vehicles. I'm guessing as long as you both have the same modded map, you'll be able to play. But they brought in their own modded vehicles, like they each drove a different one, and on the multiplayer side you don't really see the other person's vehicle. It looks just like a black shadow of a truck. You don't really see the full detail until they are in it, and then you see their vehicle. But from what I've seen, I mean, it looks fun. It looks the same way. I mean, you're playing with a friend and you're able to have help, go up and around and have somebody get you fuel if you need it. But it too looks fun, and that's why I'm hoping if Xbox has it that way, that'd be great. And if they added the mods and support with that, you know, I may have to get it again on Xbox just to be able to play it there too, along with some other friends that I know will get it there. Because I understand with PC, you kind of have to have a full blown setup almost just to get the graphics and the play out of it. Whereas Xbox, you know, everybody has the same kind of Xbox. But like, I'm probably my only friend out of my friends list. I'm probably the only one with a full-blown PC setup, and they all have, you know, play on Xbox. So I mean, once I know some of them already play this on Xbox, but I mean, if they come in with mods, then I'm definitely going to have to switch over, play it there too. Cross-platform would be awesome. I know they're just doing it now with Fortnite and opening up PC and Xbox. That'd be great if something like this and they were able to do it. I mean, like I said, I could have modded vehicles on here if it was cross-platform now. I could have my modded vehicles on here playing on the same maps as with the Xbox, and like I said, they would just see a black shadow of a truck that would be mine until I got in it, and then they would see it fully. Now, I don't think you can get in other people's vehicles in multiplayer. It's just, you just see them in it, unless you guys have the same, like, you can start off with certain trucks and you can choose whatever, but the map also provides regular trucks in it, and that those regular trucks you both are able to see and get in, whereas your modded vehicles that you start with, you know, the other player can't get into it, or can get into it, but it's but like I said, they don't see it until you're really in it. But I would love to see the developers make this cross-platform. Like I said, that'd be great if mods come over to Xbox. If it's a free DLC, you know. Right now, this is, you know, all free. Everything you get from like the Steam Workshop, you put in the game and load it from there. But I'm just curious how mods work on the Xbox. Like Steam, you have the Steam Workshop. You can go in and look and then add. That's why I'm curious on how the Xbox side is going to work. Is there going to be a little shop that you go in and say, you know, you look through and say you want to add this one and this one to your game, and how that works? But I don't know. But it would still be awesome. What I read on, because I followed the Spintires on Facebook, and one of their posts, one of their blogs, says they were thinking of creating a MudRunner US version, because right now this is all based on Russian vehicles and maps and everything. But the US would be something nifty too, and what kind of trucks those would be bringing in. Yeah, I heard that about Skyrim. I played on the 360. I never got the remastered version for the Xbox One. So I guess that would be the same way then, just going through a menu. Be small in the back. I only got one there. Should be able to. Oh, need one more log. Depth perception is just a little hard. Some medium logs. Barely hanging on to. Well, I'll need to head down here and then back around, or I'd head across this way, but I think this is pretty deep here. Maybe. So I can either come along this way through this set of bogged river over to this fuel station, because I'm sure I'm going to need fuel by the time I get there, and then come down, or come down this way that I've already been, stop by that fuel station, and I already know how deep this river is, and then come along around the bottom and over to the lumber mill. But actually, I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave that here. It is about time for me to go. Sorry to say. But thank you for coming, joining me and watching. Next time, I'll be able to come back and then hopefully finish off the bog in part 4. And then start into a new map after that. So hopefully I'll be able to come back in on Saturday and stream, and hopefully finish this off and start a new map. But thanks again, everybody, for stopping in, watching, enjoying, and have a good night.